Welcome back, everybody. Today we're talking about this guy here. It's the Olight Javelot Pro, and this one is one that I referenced in earlier videos. If you guys have watched my Olight videos over on the main channel, and one thing I said about it was that it was one of the prototypes they sent out. I wasn't a huge fan of for the purposes that it's marketed for. I kind of still stand by that, but I realize a lot of you guys will, and I think for some purposes it's a pretty good light. On that note, they do have this for sale with a 1913 adapter, so that way you can rifle mount this. It also comes with the tape switch that is magnetic. Most of you guys have seen that by now. Not a huge fan of it simply because it can be accidentally knocked off. Now you still can thumb activate it like so, which is good. That is kind of a good thing and saving grace there. However, for like a home defense rifle or something like that, it's suboptimal because it can cost you seconds, and seconds can cost you your life in a gunfight. So again, that's one of the reasons I just don't like it for rifle mounted use, because in general, when I think of that, in my perception, I view it as a self-defense, home defense type of scenario. However, for hunting, it definitely has an application. It certainly could have an application because, as you guys can see from that reflector right there, this thing is deep and wide, and it is a throw Candela monster. We're going to see that here in just a second when we compare them. So if you're looking to spot coyotes at distance at night or hogs at distance at night, this thing's going to do a pretty good job. I personally would probably still not use the tape switch, but again, it is what it is. Controls on it are going to be tail cap here. It's also the same point that you're going to use to mount it. There are no batteries to swap in and out. It's all rechargeable. When you actually hit the button, if you hit it lightly, you will come on in a low mode, and then if you actually press it, it will come on full power, and that's what most folks will call a gas pedal switch. I actually really like those for self-defense because under self-defense scenarios, you're gonna grip down on it pretty dang hard. If I said the wrong word there, dang hard. You're probably gonna need all the light that you can get and all the candela that you can get. What's cool about this one that wasn't the case on the prototype that I didn't like and I told Olight not to make, or I said, if you make it, make this change, and they did, so that was good, is that we have this button up front here, and this button will allow you to work through other modes because all the candela that you get when it's fully on, if you just press and hold it like this, is certainly not always what you need and what you want. Sometimes you want a little bit less light, and you guys can see here the green indicator that's also telling you your battery charge level. But what that button also allows you to do is work through the modes. So you can work through the modes and change the amount of output that you get. However, you still get, when you turn it on, no matter what, you get that initial blast, full output of all the candelas, all the lumens, all of those sorts of things. So that is good, I suppose. Again, that was one of the changes I recommended. They made it. And this light is big for sure, but it's not heavy at all. It looks way heavier than it really is. That can be a downside if you're using it as an impact weapon. However, if you're carrying it around, say like a security guard or something like that, that's a good thing. And it's definitely manageable here if you want to like come up and actually illuminate something. We'll show you the beam here in just a second. But you know, if you want to leave it on a nightstand or something like that, I have no problem with it. It's not too big for that in my opinion. We'll show you guys a couple competitive options for you here. This is the Streamlight ProTac HL5X, similar in size for sure. The bezel on this one on the Olight's a little bit wider. Then we have another Olight, which this would be like a normal flashlight, I guess we'd say. This is the Warrior X, and you guys can see how they compare size-wise. Much longer here with the Javelot and much wider there in terms of bezel size, as you guys can see. And just for fun, and because it just entertains me to no end, the Olight Marauder. This is the X9R. This thing's awesome. I love this light. I've never done a video on it, I don't think, but it's awesome. You guys can see size-wise, it dwarfs the Javelot. So let's, is it dark enough? We're gonna give it a few more minutes and let the sun completely go down, let all the light go away, and then we're gonna do the beam pattern comparison. We let the sun go completely down. However, we do have about a 75% full moon out here tonight. So we do have a good bit of lume. We have the camera set as close as I can get it to what I see out here with my human eye. And we'll turn the light on. That is the output from the Javelot. You guys can see super defined edge there, as you'd expect with this type of reflector pattern, and a very bright hot spot. Now, if we actually work through the different modes here, that would be the low mode. You can see there, still see stuff pretty well. This spot here where the wood fence meets the iron fence is approximately 35 feet away. And then we'll work through the modes, stepping it on up there, and you guys can see how it looks there on full power, but we'll do a couple beam comparisons here real quick and then move on to a little bit longer distance. The output here is from the Olight Warrior X, definitely a wider hotspot, a wider beam overall as well. Just again, that's a reflector thing. And we will, again, once again, compare it to the Javelot. Side by side over here, Warrior X, you guys can really see how much wider it is there on the hotspot, but also wider on the actual spill as well. The output you see right now is from the Streamlight HL5X. Definitely a more balanced beam pattern for sure. There's no hard edge like you have there with the Javelot, but we still have a very, very bright hotspot as well. Comparison's sake, again, there's the Javelot on your left, or rather Streamlight there on your right. And just in case you want to signal aliens, we'll go ahead and power the Marauder up to full power. And there you go. That thing is insanely bright. Like it's almost, I almost think it's brighter with this at this distance than it is during the day. I realize that's insane to say, but until you see one of these in person, I mean, it's so bright. Anyway, that's my comic relief for the day. Comparison wise, there's the Javelot. All of the lights we have out here today are really, really powerful, so I decided to stay a little further back than I typically do. Typically we do like 110 feet across the lake to the trees. Right now we're at about 140, just to really show the throw capability that these things have. One thing though, whenever you get at this distance, guys, unfortunately the camera just doesn't pick up the details at distance like you do with the human eye, but it'll give you some idea for sure. I'll turn this beast on. This is the Javelot. You guys can see there. That hotspot, super intense. Again, that's 140 feet away. If there was any, you know, like a hawk, an eagle, etc. in those trees, I'd be able to see it very, very easily. That rosemary bush that's kind of dying right here, that's about 30 feet in front of me right now. You can see the spill lights it up pretty darn well also, but we still have that really, really harsh edge. And you guys, I don't know if you can see it on the trees, but the spill in person is actually illuminating the trees actually a little bit as well. So for all that throw, the spill at this distance is actually still pretty good. Again, that might not be visible through the camera. For comparison's sake, Olight Warrior X, again, a very bright light in its own right, as a good hotspot, good throw, good spill, all of those sorts of things. But compared to the Javelot, the hotspot just, it just doesn't compare. The beam pattern you're looking at now is from that Streamlight. Again, a much more balanced beam profile. However, definitely tons of Candela as well. You guys can see that hotspot is wide at this distance for sure. I would still be able to pick up any animal in those trees. I'm fairly confident on that with my naked eye. But just off to the side here, you guys can see how much more intense that thing is there from the Javelot Pro. If this was at 300-400 yards, the difference would be much, much greater in terms of what you could see with the Javelot. Again, it's just a throw monster. Again, we decided we wanted to signal Batman, and we're going to power up this Marauder here. Just an absolute awesome flashlight. Put it into, there you go, turbo mode. So that is all of the lumens you could ever want. Look at how insane that is out there, guys. It's 140 feet away, that tree line, and it is so clear. To compare it there, that's the Javelot. It's definitely more intense in terms of Candela, but this Marauder's just a beast. Anyway, comparison, we have the Javelot again, and the Marauder. That's about all there is to it, guys. That's the full review. If you guys have any questions about what you guys saw here, by all means, post down below in the comment section. It wasn't meant to be in depth, just kind of a quick overview, because I know whenever Olight releases a new light, there's always a flash sale. So if that's the case, we'll put it down below in the video description. And I just want to get the info out to you guys in case you're looking to pick one up. If you're not, that's cool. No worries. I should point out, Olight did send the light for this review. They did not pay me for a review, because I know everyone always wants to say that. But Olights are popular. A lot of people like them. A lot of people don't like the way they do flash sales. I am one of those. I'm not a fan of them. That's why I don't time videos with them anymore. But I think they make a good product for the price. So that's pretty much it. Again, I would not recommend this for home defense, self-defense rifle. I just want to reiterate that. For other uses, I think it's a perfectly fine light that has a lot of throw, which is good if that's what you need. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.